Good evening viewers, you're watching English News on V4 News 24/7 with me, Madhu, and let's have a look at the headlines. Man found dead at Tanir Bawi, mystery surrounds the matter. Pakistan's money in Swiss bank 1.5% higher than Indian. Floods in Canada's oil capital Calgary, 75,000 people forced to flee home. Thousands may have died in debris, floating 556 dead bodies recovered. Gandhi Bagilu, 18-year-old boy and 21-year girl, marriage stopped, parents warned. KSRTC's double standard rate ladder unaffordable. Mangalore HRD Centre boon for job seeker. Including Indian fisherman, 12 arrested in Iran water. The dead body of a man was found at Tanir Bawi beach here on June 21st evening.
The deceased has been identified as 48-year-old Abdul Rashid, a resident of Kudroli. He earned his livelihood as a scrap dealer in a central market. It is said that on Friday morning, an unknown man came to Rashid's house at 5:30 am and took him away on some work. This was last his family saw of him. As Rashid met his end suddenly, murder is not ruled out. However, the exact cause of his death will be determined only after post-mortem. Panambur police arrived at the spot and conducted preliminary investigations. The body was shifted to Wenlock for post-mortem. Rashid is survived by wife and 3 children. Panambur police have registered a case. Former Mayor Ashraf visited the spot.
Pakistan has a slight edge over India with total funds amounting to 1,441 million Swiss francs, meaning about rupees 9,200 crore rupees in the Swiss bank there by Pakistani individuals and entities.
However, this was the lowest level for such funds ever since Switzerland's central bank began compiling this data in 2002 and was less than half of the record high amount of over 3 billion Swiss francs recorded in 2005. The previous record low of 1.9 billion Swiss francs was seen in the year 2010. In their local currency, the total funds held by individuals and entities from Pakistan in Swiss banks stood at over 15,000 crore Pakistani rupees as on December 31, 2012. This marked a decline of nearly 32% from 2,119 million Swiss francs, means about rupees 23,000 crore Pakistani rupees at the end of 2011. As per the latest annual report of Switzerland's central bank on banks operating in the country. However, a higher amount than Indian entities assumes significance because Pakistan is a much smaller country in terms of population and area. Still, the quantum of money held by Swiss banks for their Pakistani clients was about 1.5% higher than the equivalent figure for Indians at 1,421 million Swiss francs, about rupees 9,100 crore at the end of 2012. The latest data compiled by Swiss National Bank shows
flooding shut down much of the centre of Calgary, Canada's oil capital, on Friday and forced tens of thousands of residents to leave their soggy homes.
Heavy rain also closed roads and brought down bridges elsewhere in the province of Alberta, but there were no reports of death or injuries. A pipeline carrying deadly sour natural gas ruptured in Turner Valley. More than 75,000 people, about 7% of Calgary's 1.5 million residents, were ordered to evacuate their homes and take shelter with friends and relatives or in leisure centers. City authorities urged people to stay at home and avoid travel, with schools across the city closed. Getting downtown today is going to be very difficult. There are bridges and underpasses that are impassable. I am really telling people to stay at home with the family, avoid all non-essential travel, and we will continue to do our work here, Calgary Mayor Naheed Nenshi told. Fast-growing Calgary, located at the Bow River, is the largest city in Alberta. It is some 750 kilometers from the province's main energy-producing areas, which has not been affected by the latest flooding. The city's commuter train and many bus services were not running, and many offices in the downtown core remain closed, with lights off and few people on the streets. As many as 100 police officers from other regions have been drafted to help maintain order, local media said. More 100 millimeters of rain fell in some areas of southern Alberta over the past 2 days, the weather network said. Precipitation expected to continue until Saturday. Floodwaters that devastated much of southern Alberta left at least 3 people dead and forced officials in the western Canadian city of Calgary to order the evacuation of its entire downtown, as the waters reached the 10th row of the city's hockey arena. Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper called the level of flooding stunning and said officials don't know yet if it will get worse, but said the water has peaked and stabilized and noted that the weather has gotten better. Overflowing rivers washed out roads and bridges, soaked homes and turned streets into dirt-brown waterways around southern Alberta.
We take a very short commercial break and we'll be right back. Thousands may have died in debris floating, 556 dead bodies recovered. Gandhi Bagilu, 18-year-old boy and 21-year girl, marriage stopped, parents warned. KSRTC's double standard rate ladder unaffordable. Mangalore HRD Center boon for job seeker. Including Indian fisherman 12 arrested in Iran water.